The first place we went to was the National Cathedral in Washington, D.C. It is open to all religions, and Woodrow Wilson is the only president to be buried there. This is one of the many altars you can see inside of the National Cathedral. This is a rug inside the National Cathedral showing how David beat Goliath. We all took a class picture on the steps of the National Cathedral. After the National Cathedral, we went next to Ford's Theater. This is where our 16th President Abraham Lincoln was shot in the back of the head by John Wilkes Booth. After he was shot, he was brought across the street, and this is the bed where he died. This is the statue of FDR in his wheelchair. Not very many people knew he was in a wheelchair until he died. We took a class picture in front of one of the very many waterfalls that are at the FDR Memorial. After that, we went to the Jefferson Memorial. Thomas Jefferson was our third president. We went next to the White House for our tour. This is the U.S. Treasury, which blocks the view of the Capitol from the White House. We went next to Arlington National Cemetery. On our way through Arlington National Cemetery, we saw the changing of the guards at the tomb of the unknown soldier. This is the eternal flame outside of the tomb of JFK. This is the Iwo Jima Memorial. If you walk around the Iwo Jima Memorial, the flag at one point looks like it is going straight up. After that, we went to the Lincoln Memorial. There's a 19-foot statue of Lincoln sitting down, and you can sometimes, if you look at the right angle, you can see a face in the back of his head. This is a soldier in the Korean War Memorial. This is where George Washington lived during his presidency. He was the only president not to live in the White House. This is where our first president is buried. His name is George Washington. He was buried in Mount Vernon. We went to the Capitol for our tour. Our tour was of the inside of it. This is Freedom, the 19-foot statue on top of the Capitol. She's the tallest statue you see. She's the tallest statue because they didn't want anything to stand taller than Freedom. This is the Rotunda. It is 180 feet from ground level to the top of it. This is the Library of Congress. We went there after the Capitol. We took an underground tunnel from the Capitol all the way to the Library of Congress. This is what the inside of the Library of Congress looks like. It holds the Gutenberg Bible inside of it. This is the Hall of Nations inside the Kennedy Center of Performing Arts. We saw the symbol at the entrances of the World War II Memorial. This is a fountain in the middle of the World War II Memorial. In the background, you see columns for some of the states. The last thing we went to was the Washington Monument, and that is my photo story.